morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an all-new season on OkeyBespoke and the Bespoke channel. This is going to be an exciting season, an exciting quarter, and I really look forward to it. I had a very restful summer, and I hope you all did as well, and ready to go back to work. So what is OkeyBespoke or Bespoke channel? I want to give you guys a little bit of background, just to provide some narrative. So this whole story started, I've always sort of been a clothes horse, but it started when I put on quite a few pounds. I went up from something like 178 pounds to about 200 pounds lifting, so I have to discard my entire wardrobe. And I committed to building a brand new wardrobe from scratch, starting from the fundamentals. So basically, here's a bit of history here. Come with this. Come with me. So this gives you a bit of a sense. This is some of the old ready-to-wear stuff I've had. Just go back a little bit. You can go back a little bit so you can cover me. But these are all sort of stuff. This is all Pirellis, Tolinis, Ketons, some Oxford suits, St. Andrews, proper label Ralph Lauren, and what have you. So some of them I've been able to give away, some I sold, and a bunch of them are still here. So if you're a 42 long and you like tailored clothing, here I've got a bunch of stuff here that I can't fit because I'm clearly no longer a 42 long, hence my journey into the bespoke world. And this is my library. Just calm down, slow down. And so let's start. Today we're going to talk about the process of building a wardrobe. We're going to talk about how to build up a wardrobe from the ground up. First of all, we'll start from the design or from the sketch. Let's go this way. Let's go to my office. So again, this is my office. This is sort of where I hang out, or my man cave, as they would call it. So if you come a bit closer here, let's look at this. This is a spreadsheet, or this is a model that I developed. It's a pie chart, yes, but it's a model I developed, and everything pretty much, I have a running list, and I'll go back a little bit. Okay, I have a running list of every item, right, that's supposed to be in a wardrobe. Every item from, tailored clothing to accessories. And what I do is that I've built sort of a pie chart, right, which basically is sort of like if you want to call it an asset allocation model. You want to call it an asset allocation model. Stand here, you can show me. It's sort of an asset allocation model. So basically, it weights all your, it weights your entire wardrobe and sort of shows you, where you are lacking. So I could have a different allocation or composition and want my suits to be, say, X percentage of my wardrobe. So I just sort of take a predetermined formula, plug it in there, and then sort of walk from there. And then you sort of start to build your wardrobe from there. And what this does is sort of like a dashboard. It shows you sort of where you're overweight one particular category or the other. And this is the beauty of Bespoke, because it allows you to sort of go back to this model and sort of fill in the holes or fill in the gaps. It's a very, very structured, methodical way of building a very, very balanced wardrobe. As I always tell folks, look at me. As I always tell folks, I've always discouraged just walking into a shopping mall and just sort of like picking up impulse shopping. We've all done that, but what happens is that, as you can see from some of my ready-to-wear stuff, you end up with a closet just full of clothes, most of them non-functional or repetitive. So I always advocate, to the extent that you can afford it, or you can sort of like summon the interest, you have to sort of build a wardrobe. You have to sort of build from the ground up, and very often Bespoke is the only way to do that. So there you have it. That is the base of what we're going to talk about today. The pie chart is the base of, the core subject we're going to talk about today. And here I have, some of my books. Some of these books you guys know. I mean, this is from Haiti last year. I was there in January. My cigar book. This is the Bible, Clothes on Demand, Holland Sherry's book. I have a couple more by him. And these are other stuff, other books. I'm into cars also. That is my beloved Ferrari 458 Spider, and so on and so forth. And of course, that is an Enzo if you're a Ferrari fan as well. But we're not talking Ferraris today, so we go back to clothes. Let's go. And one more thing for those of you. So what do I read when I'm not interested in clothes or making clothes? Philosophy. You should read philosophy. Very, very important. Very, very important. Develop the mind. Descartes, Plato, Voltaire, Arthur Schopenhauer, etc., etc. And this is an interesting book, Capital by Thomas Piketty. If you like this type of stuff, he's sort of an economist, if you want to call it a social scientist stroke economist. So I like his take on economics. So here, so let's get started. Go back a little bit. Okay. We're going to talk about the fall season. I'm building a whole new wardrobe for the fall season. Or sort of, if you want to call it a composite wardrobe. So what we've done is, I start from, well, I mean, as you can see, if you can show this, I mean, these are all sort of different. Again, these are some of the Bibles. That's Rock Soul's Gentleman, that is Parisian Gentleman by Hugo Japonais. And these are all different, these are all different swatches, or these are sort of travel sets, right, that I usually sort of receive from distributors or manufacturers that help me sort of walk through my ideas. Face the camera at me, okay? Just face it directly at me, and so on and so forth. This is from Harrison's of Edinburgh. This is Lesser, and so on and so forth. So these sometimes I just sit in my spare time and I just play with ideas and sort of come up with concepts, and that's how I sort of build out what we're going to talk about today. Of course, this is Alan Flusser's Clothes on Demand, or Dressing the Man. Sure, this is Alan Flusser's Dressing the Man, and this is sort of his interpretation of what a suit wardrobe should look like, as you can see. Fall, winter, spring, summer. So I generally would use this as a guideline, but just sort of inject my own personality into my own portfolio. So let's talk about sort of the composite portfolio that we've built today. Come closer, please. So we start with this. So I always have a running list of sort of what makes a composite wardrobe. So specifically this is specifically for suits, right? So I've broken it into four columns and 3 rows. Less than 10 ounces, 10 to 12 ounces, and everything heavier than 13 ounces. So typically this would be sort of like winter, all season, sort of the matrix sort of crosses out, and then sort of it identifies, and this is sort of this would be more like summer. So if you look at the matrix, this is summer and less than 10 ounce, this box. This is all season, right, and 10 to 12 ounce. It gives you sort of like your 3 season suits, and so on and so forth. So this usually I use at a starting point, and sort of as I create them, I sort of take them off. The ones in blue, the ones that are already in, and then the ones in red are the suits that need to come in subsequently. So there you have it. This is the key matrix here, which I am going to develop into a model, a proper model, eventually, which will be put on the website, so folks can actually play around with this stuff and sort of see how the mechanics works. And these are all sort of different pricing sheets. Come closer. These are the pricing sheets. So it gives me sort of a sense as you build. Obviously, you have your budget in mind. So as you build, you're sort of taking notes, and you're sort of like pricing all the different. Focusing on this, nice. And so on and so forth. So now let's get down to business. So what do we have here? This is our summer collection. Okay, this is our summer collection. And here, what we've done is that these are all sport coats and these are going to be suits. Okay, for the suits, we're going to go with very, very tropical weight H lesser in two different colors. This is a tan and this is sort of a light brown stroke. Well, this is more of a tan, this is more of a beige. So we're going to go with this two, right? And then we're also going to go with a fresco, right? This is Smith's Fresco. It's a fresco. It breathes very well in the summer. So this is going to be a business suit, right? Go back a little bit. This is going to be a business suit for the summer. This color I've gone with blue, sort of, a blue, not quite a navy, but a blue, and I've gone with a gray, a Cambridge gray, right? So these are going to be your two business staples for the summer. And these are going to be more, well, tan can be worn for some business meetings in the summer, but it's usually more of a casual suit. So this would be beige and this would be a tan. And these are beautiful fabric. It doesn't get much better than lesser when it comes to tropical wool. So we have wool in in worsted tropical wool, and then we have fresco or Finmaresco. And then we go to sport coats. And for sport coats, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do this. We're gonna go for summery colors, right? So this is these are all swatches from H lesser as well, Calo Barbera. This is sort of a brownish or beigeish hopsack or tan hopsack. This is gonna be made into a sport jacket. It's gonna be made into a sport jacket unlined. This is going to be made also into sort of a sport jacket, a summer jacket unlined as well. So are all these. These are all Calo Barbera for lesser. This is also Calo Barbera for lesser. This is also Calo Barbera for lesser. So we have 5 sport coats. These are going to be all lightweight tropical wool, about 8 ounces by Calo Barbera for lesser. And then this is going to be the wild card, Porter and Harding Glorious 12th. And like this, I guess what they would call a gun club check. It's a gun club check, and I like this version. It's a bit bright. It's not too dull. I thought about this, but I thought it was a bit too dull. So we're going to go with this, which is a gun club check. It's about 11 ounces, so heavier than your typical summer 8-ounce weight, but still light enough if made or if cut online to wear in everything but sort of the extreme summer where you have 40-degree temperature and sort of humidity of above 80%. So we're done with summer, so we're going to look at what I call the core or the heart of your wardrobe. Okay, this is the core and heart of your wardrobe if you're a business person. Okay, just go back a little bit. Okay, this is the core of your wardrobe if you're a business person, right? I tend to sort of, your business wardrobe. I tend to recommend 13 ounces as sort of the base point for your business suits. Now, again, depending on where you live, right, and the temperature and the climate and all of that stuff, but just in terms of, from my own experience, with tailoring and trying different fabrics, lighter fabrics, heavier fabrics, and so on and so forth, I always find that this is just about the right compromise. It's just a beautiful weight, 13 ounce, especially with English fabrics. Just a beautiful weight. It tailors beautifully. It just is very robust and it lasts for longevity. I couldn't recommend anything more. Of course, you could go lighter. I've tried lighter weights like 10 ounces and lower. But what ends up happening is that they wrinkle, they don't hold their shape, and so on and so forth. And when you're sort of spending, quite a bit of money building a wardrobe, you want to sort of build something that lasts, or that sort of holds up for a while. Can you face the camera a little bit this way? So so we're gonna start with 13 ounces. So if you come a bit closer. So this is lesser. This is H lesser. We're sort of the 13 ounce, sort of our 13 ounce range. We're gonna go with a navy, right, or almost like an ink blue, right? From lesser is 13 ounces, and we're gonna go with a nail head. These are the blues in the collection, right? An ink blue or sort of a deep navy, not quite a midnight, but sort of a very deep navy. It's sort of a worsted hopsaki material, but it's very, very beautiful. It's sort of very hopsaki. So that is your go-to standard suit in your wardrobe. That is your number one suit in your wardrobe. This is the warhorse. This is the suit that does duty everywhere. If you're gonna have one suit here, this is it. And this is a nail head. I just like to have another blue other than navy, just something a bit more fun, but still conservative. So I'm going to go with a nail head. For the next 13 ounce, we're going to go with Smith's Botany. This is a shark skin, right? So it's sort of a medium gray. It's called a shark skin because of just the way the material, if you look at it, it's just beautiful. Just handles beautifully. If you remember in one of the videos, I showed a brown suit that I had made up in this fabric, which is a shark skin as well. A brown shark skin. So I have this in that. So this is going to come this season in this light gray shark skin. So that's it. This is Harrison's Fine Classics. I'm still sitting on the fence about this. This is a nail head. This is a nail head. It's got quite a bit of white in it, so I'm still sort of thinking about what to do here. Sometimes you really have to use your imagination to sort of figure out how this is going to come out eventually. Very often the swatch is not enough to sort of like show you what's going to look like at the end of it. So you really have to sort of think very hard and say, well, how does this come out as a full suit? So for something like this, I love the swatch. It's beautiful. It's a blue. It's got some white in it. But then the thing is that sometimes when you make it into a full suit, the white sort of becomes very, very, very prominent, and it might be a bit more white than you actually want. So I'm kind of, gonna think about this for some time and then decide where we go. So there you have it, sort of for this season. You have 4 suits, all 13 ounces. This is more like 11, 12 ounce actually, for a Harrison Fine Classic. So this is more of an 11, 12 ounce, but shouldn't be substantially different in weight and in character from a 13 ounce. So let's move on to the sport coats. The mid-season sport coats. These are all 10 ounce sport coats. These are all 10 ounce sport coats, and this is from Harrison's Moonbeam line. It's a very, very it's a very well proven cloth. It's sort of like a cashmere. It's wool, lamb's wool with angora, but it has this feel of cashmere to it. So this sort of soft sheen or soft feeling. So if you sort of like cashmere, or you don't sort of like the price or the fact that cashmere tends to bag or sort of is not structurally very, very sound, then this would be a fine alternative because it's got the structure of wool. It's got that foundation and structure of wool, but then the finishing is with this sort of this beautiful smooth finishing of cashmere. So here we're going to go between, we're looking at 4 choices. Sort of this is these are all sort of herringbones. This is a navy for a navy jacket. This is sort of a beige to a beigeish jacket, and this would be more of a light gray for a light gray jacket. And this is about 10 ounces for the shoulder season. Now, what I've also done here is that I haven't made a decision on this yet. There's also another line called Lamlana by W. Bill. It's a similar weight, similar composition. It's merino with angora and a bit of cashmere. So if you look at it again, very soft, very beautiful, very soft. About the same weight, 320 grams or 10 ounces, right? So what I've done is that I've sort of placed this next to each other. We'll decide eventually whether to go with the Moonbeam version or with the W. Bill version, Lamlana, for this 10 ounce range, which is sort of like I would call more like a year-round or sort of a 10-month cloth. So let's move on to the heavyweight stuff. Just face the camera. Okay, go back a little bit. So this is where, if you're into cloth, this is where it really gets fun. Strangely enough, you know, if you've gone through this exercise, you know that going through or picking summer clothes can be very, very painful because the options are just so limited. But the heavier you go, and once you get into the heavy seasons, that is when the fun really starts, right? Because the options are just so various and just so, I mean, you can just sort of go wild with your imagination. So for the winter season or for the cold season, we're going to start with the basic blue blazer. Now, this is something everybody should have, but unfortunately, I was at a restaurant a few weeks ago, and my go-to navy blazer was somehow got missing. I would like to think somebody grabbed it in error and not that somebody actually set out to steal it. But there you go, it's gone, so it has to be replaced. So what I'm thinking about is just doing a hop sack navy blazer. It's a worsted finish, and this fabric is P&B Universal, 15-16 ounce hop sack. It's a very, very sturdy, robust fabric. So this is what I'm thinking about. It's sort of a nice navy, not the lighter blue, but a nice navy. Thinking of using this for proper traditional blue blazer. So there you have it. And then the next will be flannels. As far as flannels go, I don't like plain flannels. I like my flannels with a pattern on it. So we're gonna go for 2 patterns in the flannel. We're gonna make 2 flannel suits. One is gonna be a navy chalk stripe. It's gonna come out in a double-breasted, navy chalk stripe in a double-breasted, and a Prince of Wales check in a double-breasted. Both from Harrison's 14-ounce flannel. Both of them from Harrison's 14-ounce flannel. This is gonna be a single-breasted 3-piece suit. I love this fabric. It's from P&B Universal. It's their 15-16 ounce. It's their P&B Universal worsted book, and it's 15-16 ounces. It's worsted. It's like a worsted flannel. It's got a bit of a nap to it, but I haven't seen a full suit made in this, but I can imagine this will come out as a fantastic 3-piece single-breasted suit. So that's suit number 3 for the winter. And then we go to Donagos for suits. So if you come here, so this is Porter and Harding. This is thorn-proof. It's not quite a Donegal, but it's got sort of a Donegal design. If you look at it, it's got a Donegal design. It's got this beautiful flex, but it's designed ultimately for suits. The problem with other Donegals is that sometimes they don't hold up as trousers, but this is a fabric that would hold up properly as a trouser, and it's just beautiful. It weighs about 12-13 ounces, and again, this is Porter and Harding, thorn-proof. Again, an English fabric. These are all English fabrics, by the way. The entire collection, I've decided to go all English, so you have combination of English, material or English fabric with Italian tailoring, which is the whole idea. Anglo-Italian, if you want to call it that way, if you want to put it that way. So we're gonna make a couple of suits from here. I still sort of am undecided. Here we have a medium gray, a bit further back. Okay, here we have a medium gray. We have a darker gray. We have brown, and we have sort of a marine blue. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful colors. These are all thorn-proof, same weight, same structure, 12-13 ounce wool, 390 grams. So in the end, we're probably going to go with 2 out of here. I suspect the marine blue and the brown, but I'm really tempted by this mid gray. But we'll see. This is still a work in progress. So that's that. And for the overcoat, this season's overcoat, we're going to go with WBO's classic coating. This is a gray. This is a gray herringbone. Let's see. Everything okay? Yes, that's fine. That's fine. This is a gray herringbone, as you can see. So we're gonna have a double-breasted coat in this, and I love this brown. This is more of a casual brown. And so we're gonna have another coat for casual suiting in this brown, and then sport coats. So if we look here, these are all sport coats. These are all gonna we're gonna sort of go through all of this and decide what we're gonna end up with. But these are all from the Porter and Harding Glen Royale line. This is a window pane in mustard with light blue window panes. This is a beautiful Glen check. This is sort of a wasabi green herringbone, also Glen Royale. This is WBL Shetland, classic Shetland, a bit lighter. This is Glen Royale, and this is Glen Royale as well, all Porter and Harding. Same here, Porter and Harding, Glen Royale as well. This is WBL Donegal. I like this blue, this baby blue, and I'm curious as to how it might turn out as a jacket, as a winter jacket. This is a beautiful, beautiful barley colored herringbone, also that is gonna, come out as a nice winter jacket. And this is a window pane. It's a navy jacket with very, very subtle window pane. So that's about it. Let's take another review. Let's take another view. So this is it. Once more. Entire fall collection. This is going to take a lot of work. Well, there you have it. So I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and really look forward to bringing you more videos. I'm really excited, very, very excited about this season. I know this is a very long video, and may not be as interesting for those of you who are not so deeply into sort of the DNA of this clothes, but it's a very, very fundamental part of what we do, and if you enjoy clothes, this is a very, very fundamental part of it. So stay tuned, keep in touch, keep tuning into the channel, and we'll be bringing you more fantastic videos. Thank you, and you have a lovely Sunday.